Everyone thinks being a horror clown is fun. Paint your face, hold a balloon, scare a few people, go viral. That's what people think I do. They don't realize this was once an art form, a sacred craft built on timing, silence, and raw terror. I was a professional nightmare. But in 2025, nightmares don't scare people anymore. Now I'm just another washed-up horror mascot trying to compete with TikTok filters and AI jump scares. Yeah, being a horror clown today, it absolutely sucks. Fear is dead. Back in the day, I could walk out of the shadows holding a red balloon, and that was it. Pure panic. People screamed, dropped their phones, ran for their lives. I didn't even need dialogue. But now, I walk out the same alley, same balloon, same creepy smile, and people just pull out their phones. Oh my God, content. You know how hard it is to terrify someone who's been desensitized by 5 years of short-form horror and true crime podcasts? People watch documentaries about serial killers while they eat lunch. You think my rubber nose stands a chance? I once scared a man so bad, he quit his job and joined a monastery. Last week, I jumped out a teenager, and he said, "Nice costume, bro. Where'd you get the drip?" Drip? My suit stained in actual blood, Tyler. And here's the worst part. They don't even run anymore. They film me. They laugh. They post. They tag me like I'm some kind of performance artist. Fear isn't real anymore. It's just another reaction emoji. The cancel culture circus. Used to be, my job was simple. Scare them. They scream. I disappear. Now I get canceled for it. Apparently, terrorizing people for fun violates community guidelines of humanity. Last month, I popped out a sewer drain. Classic move. Scared one guy so bad, he dropped his Starbucks and started crying. 3 hours later, I was trending on X with the hashtag #CancelClown. You'd think being a literal monster would exempt me from moral debates. But no, now I'm being held accountable. There's an entire Reddit thread called r/accountability for evil. People are discussing whether or not my red balloon symbolizes trauma. Like, excuse me, it symbolizes murderous whimsy. Get it right. And it's not just online. I had to attend a sensitivity seminar. A clown being taught empathy. They made me sit in a circle and repeat. Fear is valid and consent is important. Lady, my job is fear. If people consented, it wouldn't be scary. But fine. I tried to modernize. I made a public apology. Sorry if I traumatized anyone. You know what they did? Remixed it into a meme with circus music. Now my pain is trending on TikTok. Under the sound, asterisk, sad clown apology remix. Asterisk, the horror industry is dead too. I used to be the main event. Movie deals, posters, Halloween merch. Now Hollywood doesn't need me anymore. They have AI. Why hire a flesh and blood terror when you can type evil clown but hot into a prompt generator? They don't even call us monsters anymore. We're legacy content. I pitched a movie idea last month. Clown from Hell 3. The studio said, "Can he be gender fluid and misunderstood?" No, he's from hell. He doesn't need character development. I tried explaining that horror needs mystery, unpredictability. But they said audiences don't want to be scared anymore. They want to relate. Relate to a murderer. Sure. And don't even get me started on Netflix. They released a series called The Clown Within. It's literally my story, except they replaced me with a sad AI-generated model who does yoga. I got replaced by a PNG that knows downward dog. Even my agent dumped me. She said I was too outdated for the algorithm. She's managing a haunted toaster now. It has 1.2 million followers. I spent years learning how to haunt people's dreams. And now I'm being outperformed by kitchen appliances. Everyone's a clown now. You can't even claim the aesthetic anymore. Influencers paint their faces, wear vintage overalls, and post captions like, "Embracing my inner chaos clown face sparkles." No, that's my brand. You can't just steal insanity and call it self-expression. I show up to terrify a group of people in a park. Before I can even scream, someone goes, "Wait, is this a collab?" What happened to the art of fear? People used to scream when they saw me. Now they hand me a ring light. Last Halloween, I got invited to a content house. Thought it was a party. Turns out it was 12 influencers filming a haunted ASMR challenge. They made me whisper. Whisper. Me. The only thing scarier than that was a comments section. I like this clown. He's kind of relatable. I'd totally date him if he dropped the murder vibe. What murder vibe? That's literally my whole thing. 2025 turned horror into fashion. I'm not a villain anymore. I'm a mood board. Therapy for clowns. Eventually, I broke down. I booked therapy. I walked into the office, full makeup, balloon in hand. The therapist didn't even blink. She just said, "Let's unpack your trauma." "Lady, I am the trauma." She told me, "Maybe you scare others because you fear rejection." I said, "No, I scare others because it's fun." But deep down, maybe she was right. Somewhere along the line, fear stopped being a language I spoke and started being a mask I wore. I used to think I loved chaos, but now I just love being noticed. And if people aren't afraid of me anymore, then maybe I don't exist at all. You ever see a clown cry? It's like watching irony commit suicide. I told her I felt invisible. She said, "Maybe you're not invisible. Maybe people just stopped looking." That hit harder than any jump scare I've ever done. The laugh is dying. The truth is, I'm not really scary anymore. Not because I've changed, but because humans have. They've seen too much, felt too little. You can't frighten people who already live in a world that terrifies them daily. The rent, the news, the future, those are the new monsters. I'm just old horror. Sometimes I think about quitting, hanging up the wig, washing off the paint. But then I remember fear is a cycle. It dies, it rests, it waits. And then it laughs again. Because no matter how desensitized the world gets, there's always something lurking behind the smile. So, yeah, being a horror clown in 2025 sucks. But you know what's worse? Living in a world where nothing scares you anymore. At least I still know how to make people feel something. Now, if you like this little existential crisis wrapped in grease paint, do the thing, like the video. Leave a comment, what scares you now, and subscribe, because I might not be trending, but I'm still watching. From the shadows, with a balloon, and a smile that's never going away.